We're going right back here to the conference table. That's your copy, ma'am. I understand you have some questions for us?
Yes, I do.
Sure. What can we tell you?
If you're not citing me and not charging me, then why do I have to pay to get my animals back?
Ma'am, that's a notice that's required under the state law. It says if we seize your animals that you're entitled to a hearing. Charges will be presented to a prosecutor. They have not been presented yet, so at this time the animals aren't being released. That's an estimate of the charges should the case be accepted by the prosecutors and go to court.
But this is a bond amount, and when you get put in jail, a bond gets you out. So this is a bond amount for the animal, so if I pay this bond amount...
No, ma'am. That's a bond for a person, bonds you out of jail. Under the state code for animals, a bond is a fee that you put up in order to have the animals held pending a court date.
So what happens if this court date comes 6 months from now?
That would be up to the courts as to what the fees that they would assess between that time. If it goes beyond the 30 days that would be listed there, then you'd have to post an additional amount in bond in order for the animals to be held if you chose to continue to retain custody of them.
Okay, and then I don't understand why you guys are holding the dogs if the news have all said the animals are in good condition.
Okay, ma'am. The news is not trying this case.
Well, then please, I want to know what's going on.
Your animals were seized because they were in unfit conditions. The officer will be presenting charges to the prosecutor who will decide whether or not they accept those. If they accept those charges, they'll issue them. You'll have a date to appear in court for an arraignment, and then you'll have a date to appear in court for an actual case if it proceeds to that point. So right now the case is under investigation. While that's pending, the animals are being held here at the Animal Resource Center, and because the code affords you the opportunity for a hearing, you have to be served with that notice, which you have been. Now, if you're seeking legal advice, we're not here to issue legal advice.
I'm not seeking legal advice. I have sought legal advice, and they said you guys have skipped quite a few steps of what you did yesterday.
Ms. Hughes, I'm not here to debate that with you. Do you have any questions about the notice or the seizure hearing? You'll be notified of a date and time when that will be held.
Okay, am I allowed to see my animals?
Not at this time.
Why is that?
You're not able to see the animals at this time. They're under investigation, and once we've concluded what we're doing, then you'll have an opportunity to see them.
Okay, because they're making it known. What they're saying is I should be able to see my animals since there's no charges.
Ma'am, again, I'm not going to debate it with you. I don't know who you're speaking with. If you have an attorney, I recommend that you have them contact the county attorney's office and they can discuss that.
Okay, so what? I don't understand why you gave this if this is not a bond to get my animals out.
Again, Ms. Hughes, that's not a bond to get your animals out. It's a bond to maintain your custody of them pending a court hearing. I'm sorry, I can't explain the law to you.
So I have to pay money for you guys to hold the animals,
that would be up to a judge.
And you guys have there's no charges filed.
Again, Ms. Hughes, you're asking legal questions. I see you really need to contact your attorney. That's not a question to ask us.
Okay, well, I do have a question for Bob Sexton. When I came in here with my puppy getting killed, you told me I had to get the tags as immediately, as fast as I could, and I was working on getting the tags for the vehicle or for the dogs. So why is it you guys are going after me for not registering my animals if you gave me time?
Ms. Hughes,
I would like him to answer.
He's not answering the question, Ms. Hughes. This is not a go back.
Why can't he answer?
We're not here to answer those questions, Ms. Hughes. If you have a legal question and
this isn't a legal question. This is between me and Bob Sexton about my puppy that got killed.
Ms. Hughes, we're not here to answer questions about the investigation. If you have a legal question, you need to consult with your attorney and have them contact the county attorney.
So he can't answer a question?
We're not here to answer questions, ma'am. We're not trying
this was before this happened.
We are not trying this case sitting in this room.
This was before this happened, though.
Okay. Ms. Hughes, I don't know how many times I can answer the same question the same way. We're not answering that question today.
I understand that, but he's looking at me like he wants to answer, and he's waiting for a signal from you.
Ms. Hughes, I don't know how much clearer I can be. We're not answering additional questions today. Do you have any further questions about the notice of hearing or seizure?
Yeah, there's no hearing date on this.
That's correct, and if you read that, you'll be notified as soon as the court establishes one. We have to serve you with the notice, and then we get the court to set that. As soon as there's a date, you'll be notified.
Well, I've had an illegal issue with my landlord, and it took a month and a half before they gave me a court
Again.
date. So what am I supposed to do? Keep paying on for you guys to hold my animals, and my animals are in good condition?
Again, you have a legal question, you need to consult with your attorney.
I was told come straight to you and come here. So
And
you guys you issued the warrant, and I was to come to you guys and speak with you directly.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm speaking to you directly, and you're not answering my
You
questions.
said you've gotten legal advice, so you need to consult with your attorney, ma'am. You have a legal
They
question.
sent me here because you issued the warrant.
Again, ma'am.
Okay, can I get a list of call-ins and complaints? Because that was supposed to be attached to the warrant, and it was not attached to my warrant.
I'm not sure what you're saying, ma'am. Again,
I want a list of complaints for the address.
Absolutely, we'll provide those to you in due course.
Can I get them today?
If we can get them today, we'll get them to you today. We have, sunshine request allows us a period of time to respond to those. So we'll take a look at those, see if there's anything that needs to be redacted, and we'll either have them delivered to you or call you when you can pick them up.
You can't just tell me from February to now what complaints were made and by who?
Ma'am, I don't know until I go look. And no, I can't just tell you, off the top of my head. We'll respond to your request.
Okay, can I write that request, you sign it, and let me take a picture of it so I know for sure you're going to follow through with what you're saying?
Ma'am, you've made the request. There's no requirement under the state law for you to have to do that in writing.
I
We've
want
heard
it in
your
writing.
request. You're welcome to submit it in writing if you choose to do so.
That's what I'm asking you for right now.
Absolutely. Here's a piece of paper and a pen. You're more than welcome to submit it in writing. It's not required.
Well, I'm paper trail.
Okay? I've received your request. Thank you very much.
Well, I'd like you to sign that and take a picture of it.
I'm not required to sign it. We'll be happy to give you a copy of it. If you can make a quick copy of that for us.
Well, I just asked you, and you said that was fine, and now you're turning around and
No,
saying
I said
I'm
you
not.
could make a request, ma'am. I didn't say I was signing anything. We'll be happy to take a copy of that and give you that.
Were you a witness of that? I have a witness stating the same.
Again, ma'am, we don't require a written request for a records request. You can do it verbally. You made it verbally, and I acknowledge that. You asked if you could submit one in writing. I said you're more than welcome to submit one in writing.
Unfortunately, a lot of things have been said verbally, and we can't back any of it, she can't back any of it up, because we have to look off text and like to screw people over.
Yeah, I would like to know why you have one staff member that can say you can do this, and then you turn around and say no, they
Ms.
can't.
Hughes, we're not here to discuss that.
Well, this is my animals, my children at stake. So yes, this is you. You authorized the warrant. You have probable cause. I would like to know what the probable cause was.
And that would be something that you would need to discuss with your attorney.
I don't have to have an attorney. I can defend my own case.
You sure can. And
Okay,
in that
so
case,
I
you would
am
need to
defending a
consult-
case.
You would need to speak with the county attorney. There's your copy. And we will respond to this as promptly as we can. Do you have any other questions for us today?
I would like to know what you guys are telling the news also, because they're getting information from you guys that is not false, or for this false
Again, Ms.
information.
Ms. Hughes, we're not here to make any statements or comments. We haven't spoken to the news. I haven't spoken with the news.
Then how do they have all this? The Animal Resource
Ma'am,
Center
ma'am,
said, Animal
they're
Resource
not
Center
speaking-
said.
They're not speaking with us. Okay?
What is that then?
Ma'am, we're not having this discussion. Is there anything else you have a question about with regard to the seizure notice?
This is with regards to the seizure.
Okay, we have answered that question, and we're done talking today. If you have any other questions, since you're representing yourself, you'll need to contact the county attorney.